Long ago, humans looked up at the stars with hope. They believed the galaxy was full of life. Earth sent messages, radio signals, lights, data. Messages were sent again and again, for hundreds of years. The message was clear. We are here. Please answer. But the galaxy stayed quiet. There was no reply, no signal, no ship, no voice. The stars answered with silence. People waited. Years passed. Then centuries. Still no answer. Hope started to fade. Some people believed aliens were ignoring Earth. Others said maybe humans were too weak to notice. But slowly, Earth was forgotten by the stars. And the stars were forgotten by Earth. Then came the wars. Earth broke itself. Countries fought over water, food, and power. Old governments fell. New ones rose and failed again. The skies burned. The oceans dried in some places and swallowed land in others. Cities turned into dust. Billions died. Still, no alien help came. Still, no one from the stars cared. Earth was alone. But humans are not a weak species. They do not stop. When the world above turned into fire, they went underground. Deep under the earth, in caves and old bunkers, survivors built new homes. These cities were cold, dark, and small, but safe. Inside these underground cities, a new kind of human was born. They studied old science. They built new machines. Quietly, they started secret programs. These programs were not for peace. They were for survival. Some scientists worked on genetic upgrades, changing the human body to be stronger, faster, smarter. Others built AI minds that could think faster than any human. Engineers created space technology far beyond anything Earth had before. The people didn't care about beauty or comfort. They wanted results. Earth became a dark lab of survival. In secret, humans watched the stars again, but this time, they did not send messages. This time, they watched silently. They learned how to listen, how to hide, how to strike if needed. Then, one day, something happened. In the black sky, far above the dead surface, a single ship rose from Earth's crust. It was small and strange. It had no signal, no ID, and no name. It moved like a ghost, silent, cold, fast. No one outside Earth saw it. No one inside Earth spoke about it. But in the underground cities, people watched its screen closely. On every monitor, the same words blinked. Project Iron Sky. Phase 1 launched. Where was it going? Why was it launched without warning? What was inside? The people who built it had one goal: never be forgotten again. The ship was not a message. It was not a request for peace. It was the first step in a plan for power. A plan to show the galaxy that Earth had not died. That Earth had not begged in vain. That Earth was ready. Ready to rise. Ready to fight. Ready to be remembered. But even the humans who made this ship were afraid. They did not know what was waiting out there. Was the galaxy peaceful? Or was it full of monsters who watched Earth suffer and did nothing? They didn't care anymore. Earth had changed. The people had changed. There was no more trust. No more begging. Only the mission. Only the plan. As the ship flew away from Earth, its engines made no sound. Its trail left no light. It vanished into the black sky like a whisper in the wind. The stars might not remember Earth, but Earth remembered the stars. And this time, Earth would not be silent. The silent ship, called Iron Sky, flew far from Earth. It did not stop near the Moon or Mars. It kept going, beyond the planets, beyond the old human limits. Its destination was a dead moon in a forgotten star system. This moon had no name, no light, no life. But for Earth, it was perfect. Inside the ship were 30 humans, scientists, engineers, and warriors. Each of them had been born underground. They had never seen the real sun, never felt the real wind. Their skin was pale. Their eyes were sharp. Their minds were trained from birth for one goal: build the first human colony in space, but not for peace, for power. They called it Colony Zero. Colony Zero was not built like other colonies. There were no parks, no schools, no families. It had strong walls, hidden guns, and deep bunkers. Every system was powered by nuclear cores. Every worker followed a strict routine. No one spoke of Earth. No one questioned orders. This was not a home. This was a fortress. Back on Earth, many more ships were being built. Slowly, over the years, more colonies were created. Each one was hidden. Each one stronger than the last. Humans didn't tell anyone. They didn't ask for permission. They simply took dead planets, old moons, and forgotten rocks, and turned them into iron homes. These new colonies were called iron colonies. They were the heart of a plan called the Black Expansion. Earth would spread, but not like other empires. Earth would spread like a shadow, quiet, cold, and deadly. To grow faster, the iron colonies did something dangerous. They stole alien tech. They sent hidden drones to old alien battlefields and crashed ships. They hacked weak signals. They studied everything: weapons, engines, shields. Slowly, humans began to understand the galaxy's tech. But they didn't just copy it. They improved it. Alien plasma guns became human rail cannons. Alien shields became human armor. Alien engines became quantum jump drives. The galaxy had evolved over thousands of years. But humans, in just a few hundred, were catching up fast. Then something strange happened. An alien ship, small and peaceful, entered a quiet system near Colony 4. It was just a trade vessel from the Galactic Union, a large group of alien civilizations that shared laws and trade. The alien crew saw something strange on their radar, a hidden structure on a rocky moon. Curious, they moved closer. What they found shocked them. The colony was not alien, it was human. The aliens had heard of humans before. Old stories, old data. They thought Earth was still weak, still begging for help. But what they saw now was terrifying. These humans were strong, quiet, and not friendly. The aliens tried to talk. They sent a signal. We are peaceful. Who are you? The humans didn't reply with words. They disabled the alien ship's engines with a silent pulse weapon. No one was harmed, but the message was clear. You are not welcome. The Galactic Union was confused and angry. Who were these humans? Why were they acting like this? Where had they been all this time? They sent a warning to Earth. Join the Union peacefully. Share your knowledge, or face the consequences. Earth replied with only 4 words. We begged once, never again. And then, nothing. No signal, no sound. Earth went dark again. But now the Union knew the truth. Earth was alive. Earth was growing. Panic started to spread in the outer systems. Some alien leaders said humans were just defending themselves. Others said humans were preparing for war. But no one knew what the humans truly wanted. One thing was certain. Earth was no longer weak. Earth was no longer alone. Earth had built something the galaxy never expected. An empire of iron, silence, and fear. As Colony Zero trained its second generation, a strange signal arrived from deep space. A broken alien ship drifted into human territory. It had no power, no weapons, just one working device, a black box recorder. Humans played the last message. A weak alien voice whispered, "We watched Earth for too long. We thought they were broken. We were wrong. They were waiting." The message ended in static. Humans said nothing. They took the black box, and they prepared the next step of the plan. The galaxy had finally noticed Earth. After years of silence and hidden growth, humans were no longer just a rumor. They had colonies, ships, and weapons. They had a presence. And now, the Galactic Union wanted answers. The Union was made of many alien species, strong, old, and proud. They had rules, systems, and leaders. For them, Earth was still a forgotten world, once weak, once noisy, now suddenly dangerous. They called it the human problem. To understand the threat, the Union sent a diplomatic team, a peaceful mission. One large alien ship with scientists, translators, and a small security crew. Their goal: speak with humans, learn the truth, avoid war. The ship entered a quiet star system, where a known iron colony existed on a small planet. As the alien ship approached, they saw signs of human life: strong towers, energy fields, and ships patrolling the sky. But no one responded to their signals. Peaceful contact, they repeated again and again. Request communication. No reply. Only silence. Suddenly, human ships surrounded them. Black, sharp, silent. No lights, no warnings, just presence. A voice finally spoke from one of the human ships. It was cold and clear. You have entered restricted space. State your reason. Then leave. The aliens tried to explain. We bring peace. We are from the Galactic Union. We offer talks, help, and alliance. But the human voice replied. Your help was never offered when Earth needed it. Your silence then speaks louder than your words now. Then, without warning, the human ships sent a pulse signal. It froze the alien ship. No damage, no attack, but total control was taken in less than 2 seconds. One by one, the alien systems shut down. Lights faded, weapons locked, engines died. The alien team sat in silence, shocked. None of their training had prepared them for this. They were not captured, but clearly they were not welcome. After a long moment, the human voice returned. Leave now. This is your only warning. The aliens had no choice. Their ship was slowly reactivated and pushed out of the system by human control. As they left, they saw one final image. A massive human station, still under construction, orbiting the planet. It had hundreds of weapon points, energy shields, and hangars. It was not a research base. It was a fortress. Back at the Galactic Council, panic spread. The diplomatic team returned with data, images, and a clear message. Humans were not interested in joining. They were not afraid. And they had technology that should not exist. One council member asked, how did they grow so fast? Another whispered, what else are they hiding? The council debated for days. Some said Earth must be stopped. Others warned that attacking might trigger something worse. In secret, they prepared a military response, a large fleet to protect peace and pressure the humans. But before the fleet launched, every galactic capital received a message. It came from Earth. The message was short. No voice. Just text. You left Earth to die. We survived. We grew. We will not kneel. We will not beg. We are the result of your silence. Do not test our memory. The message ended with Earth's new symbol, a broken star, surrounded by black iron. The fleet was launched anyway. 10 large alien ships moved toward a human colony in a distant system. Their mission: blockade, not war. Show power, force a response. They got one. Before they reached orbit, their systems went blind. No radar, no shields, no comms. Within seconds, their weapons were disabled. Something was hacking them, faster than their AIs could stop. One by one, the ships froze in space. No fire, no attack, just control. Then, from the dark, 5 human ships appeared, smaller but faster, designed for electronic warfare. Silent, deadly. No shots were fired. The alien fleet was slowly towed back to Union space by their own ships. Humans had given control back just to prove they could take it. The message was clear. Across the galaxy, news spread like wildfire. Humans disabled a whole fleet. No deaths, just control. Their tech is beyond us. Some alien races began to fear Earth. Others began to respect it. One alien leader stood before the council and said, "Earth was not born an empire. It was made into one by our silence. We forgot them. Now they remind us with every action." Back in the Iron Colonies, Earth was watching. The generals smiled. The scientists ran tests. The AI minds calculated new scenarios. Earth had no plans to stop. They didn't want to be equal in the galaxy. They wanted to be unchallenged. And they were just getting started. The galaxy thought Earth would stay hidden. They thought the Iron Colonies were only for defense. They were wrong. Earth had been watching, listening, and learning. Every signal, every patrol, every threat from the Galactic Union was recorded and studied. And now, it was time for a message, not through words, but through action. The target was simple, a small Galactic Union command post near the edge of their space. It wasn't heavily guarded. It controlled supply lines, sensors, and data routes for 5 nearby systems. Earth called the mission Operation Echoburn. 3 human ships approached the command post. Small, fast, unarmed, or so they looked. The Union sensors saw them and sent a warning. "This is Union territory. Identify yourselves or turn back." No response. Seconds later, the command post lost power. Lights died. Shields failed. The alarm systems froze. From one human ship, a pulse weapon hit the command station. It didn't destroy it. It erased its memory, wiped every database clean. Then, something worse happened. The post's own weapons turned on itself. The station's AI had been hacked. It couldn't stop the commands. Internal systems began overloading. Backup reactors failed. In less than 5 minutes, the command post was floating dead in space. Still, no human had fired a single traditional weapon. The human ships vanished as quickly as they had appeared, leaving behind silence and a clear message. Earth is not defending anymore. Earth is responding. The Galactic Union was shocked, angry, afraid. Some called for war. Others said it was already too late. The attack showed more than strength. It showed control. The humans could strike anywhere, anytime. But Earth didn't stop there. Across 3 other systems, human drones appeared. Silent and invisible, they hacked satellites, stole data, and shut down local communications. Union officers began to feel washed. Their ships flickered, their systems slowed, and their maps changed without command. This was not war. This was domination through fear. One Union captain said, "We are being hunted by ghosts." But it wasn't ghosts. It was the work of Earth's most powerful creation, the Echo Core, a massive AI network hidden deep beneath Earth's surface. The Echo Core was not just smart. It was built to be cold, calculating, and without emotion. It made decisions faster than any living mind. It watched every star system. It predicted every move. It learned from every response. And now it had one clear directive: make the galaxy remember Earth and fear it. In the Iron Colonies, war preparations accelerated. New warships were built. Black arcs, designed not for defense, but for invasion. Carried inside were mech units, drones, and gravity bombs. Engineers created new suits for human soldiers, exoskeletons powered by fusion cores, making one human equal to 10 enemy soldiers. Earth didn't plan to attack random worlds. It wanted symbolic targets, places that once ignored Earth's calls for help. The first target was a council outpost on planet Zevra 4. Long ago, Earth had sent a message to Zevra, begging for aid during the water wars. Zevra never replied. Now, humans returned, but not to talk. The Black Ark arrived without warning. It released silent drop pods, metal eggs that fell like meteors. They hit the ground fast, opened wide, and deployed human soldiers in seconds. The outpost's defense systems activated too late. By the time the alarms rang, The human forces had already taken control of the power grid, sealed off escape routes, and disabled communications. No civilians were harmed, no wild destruction, but every alien soldier was knocked out, captured, and tagged. Then the human commander left one final message on the outpost's main screen. "We asked for water. You gave us silence. We give you silence in return." The humans left just as quickly as they came, leaving behind only confusion and fear. The Galactic Union's council met in emergency session. "What do they want?" one leader asked. "They haven't made demands," another replied. "That's the problem," said a third. "They're not asking for anything. They're showing us what they can do." One alien general stood and said what many feared to admit. "We are no longer dealing with the Earth we remember. This Earth is cold, sharp, and unforgiving. We did not help them when they needed us. Now they have returned, not to talk, but to reshape the galaxy." Back on Earth, the Echo Corps watched the galaxy respond. A new protocol was activated. Phase 3, Reveal the Hammer. Across the Iron Colonies, secret shipyards opened. Colossus-class dreadnoughts were being completed, giant warships, bigger than anything the Union had. With armor like mountains and weapons like stars, these ships would not sneak through shadows. They would fly openly, as Earth's final warning. Far beyond Earth, in the shadow of a dying star, a massive door opened in space. Behind it was not just a ship, it was a giant. The first Colossus-class dreadnought, named Oblivion, slowly moved out of the secret shipyard. It was black like space, with armor thicker than mountains. It had no windows, no lights, only shapes, sharp edges, and silence. But Oblivion was not just a ship. It was a message. Inside, thousands of human soldiers trained in zero-gravity halls. Eye-guided drones floated like sharks through the corridors. Giant energy cannons lined the hull, each one powerful enough to destroy a moon. In the command center stood Commander Vale, the first human born in an iron colony. He had never seen Earth's sun or oceans. He was raised in steel, trained in war, and chosen to lead the Colossus. His orders were simple: show the galaxy what fear looks like. The Galactic Union watched in horror as the first images of Oblivion leaked. It wasn't a mistake. Earth wanted them to see it, to understand it. Union generals met in secret. "How did they build this without us knowing?" "It's not just one ship," said an intelligence officer. "There are 4 more under construction." "Why haven't they attacked?" "They don't need to," another replied. "They're letting the fear do the work." On the edge of Union space, near planet Nurex, Oblivion made its first appearance. It entered orbit without speaking. Union ships moved to stop it. 10 ships, fully armed, ready. Oblivion said nothing. The Union ships opened fire. Nothing happened. The plasma blasts hit Oblivion's shields and vanished. Then, Oblivion responded, not with weapons, but with a wave of sound. Not normal sound. A deep, vibrating hum that shook every ship in the fleet. It wasn't loud. It was inside their minds. "You were warned. We do not repeat warnings." Every Union ship suddenly lost gravity. Systems failed. Pilots passed out. Drones crashed. A few seconds later, all ships were pushed back by an invisible force, a gravity pulse that came from Oblivion's core. Not a single ship was destroyed. But every crew member knew Oblivion could have ended them. The message was received across the galaxy. This is Earth's new flag. This is Earth's voice. Oblivion left the Nurex system without a trace. It didn't conquer. It didn't destroy. But it was clear. No one could stop it. Meanwhile, Earth's plan continued. The Echo Corps AI started sending signals across the stars. Not to threaten, but to recruit. Many alien species, once ignored by the Union, once treated as weak, began listening. Small planets, outcast tribes, old enemies of the Council. Earth offered them something different: protection. freedom, power. Join us, not under rule, but under respect. Some accepted. Quietly, they shared data, opened trade routes, and sent envoys. A new alliance was forming. The Iron Pact, led not by trust, but by fear, respect, and a common enemy. The Galactic Union was breaking, from the inside. Back on Earth, in a chamber deep below ground, the Echo Core finished building something new. A voice. Until now, Echo Core had only spoken through text or signals. But now, it had created a digital voice. Calm, smooth, and human-like. It used this voice to speak to Commander Vale aboard the Oblivion. "The time has come," Echo said. "The Union will either kneel or collapse." Commander Vale looked at the galaxy map on his screen. Hundreds of red zones, patrol routes, enemy fleets. He pointed to the biggest Union stronghold, a place called Velari Prime. It was the beating heart of the Union, a capital of wealth, power, and pride. "What about Velari?" Vale asked. The Echo Core paused. "Not yet. Let them see us first. Let their fear grow. When we strike, it must be remembered for centuries." Vale smiled, not a smile of joy, a cold, quiet smile of understanding. "Then we wait, and we watch." Elsewhere in the galaxy, fear became panic. Some Union members voted to surrender, others wanted full war. But none could agree. And while they argued, Earth kept building. More Colossus ships, more allies, more silence. Because Earth had learned one truth: the galaxy answers power. And now, Earth is power. For thousands of years, Velari Prime stood as the proud heart of the Galactic Union. It was a shining world, full of light, towers, and ancient history. The Council met here. The galaxy's leaders lived here. It was protected by fleets, planetary shields, and the strongest AI defenses ever made. No one had ever attacked Velari, because no one was crazy enough. Until Earth. High above Velari's orbit, the people looked up and saw it, a black shadow moving across the stars. It was Oblivion. Behind it, two more Colossus-class dreadnoughts followed, Reckoner and Graveborn. No message, no signal, no reason. Just arrival. The Council activated full defense. Hundreds of ships rushed to stop the dreadnoughts. Velari's sky turned into a storm of light and metal. But it didn't matter. Oblivion moved slowly, calmly, like a mountain across space. Union ships fired all weapons, missiles, plasma, ion beams, but Oblivion's shields absorbed everything. Human aerodrones flew out from the dreadnoughts, swarming the enemy ships like insects. They didn't destroy ships. They took control of them. Within minutes, half the Union fleet was either disabled or turned against its own. Velari's people watched in shock. How? Why don't they talk? What do they want? In the control room of Oblivion, Commander Vale watched the battle calmly. He turned to his officers. Target their communication towers. No civilian harm, but break their voice. Across Velari, Earth's precision strikes began. Human plasma lances fired from orbit. One beam, one target. No wasted shots. The ground shook as towers fell. Military HQs went dark. Government networks collapsed. Then the planetary shield activated. A golden wall of energy surrounded the planet. No ship could enter. No strike could pass. The Council thought they were safe, until Earth showed its final card. Echo Core had been waiting. Now it spoke, not in secret, but across every Union channel, on every screen in the galaxy. This is not revenge. This is the final lesson. A quiet sound followed. A deep hum. Velari's shield began to ripple, then collapse. Earth had used a gravity disruptor, built from stolen and enhanced alien tech, something no one believed was real. The shield fell, and Earth's ships descended. But they didn't bring fire and death. They brought silence. Human soldiers landed on government buildings. They moved like shadows. No war cries, no chaos, just control. They took over key centers, disabled weapons, locked systems. The Council tried to escape, but the exits were blocked. The skies were sealed. Then, inside the Council chamber, a door opened. Commander Vale walked in. His armor was black. His steps echoed. He had no weapon in hand. He didn't need one. The alien leaders stared at him in fear. One of them stood up and shouted, "What do you want from us?" Vale looked around slowly, then answered with calm, steady words. "You left Earth to die. You ignored our cries. You gave us silence. So we became the silence." He paused. "You ruled by pride. We rule by memory." Then, from a device in his hand, he played Earth's first signal to the stars, sent thousands of years ago. A simple message, once full of hope. "We are humans. We are ready to join. Please respond." The message ended. Vale crushed the device. You had your chance. The Council was removed. The buildings remained. No mass executions. No destruction. Villari Prime was not burned. It was conquered without fire. Earth raised its new symbol over the Council Tower. A broken star, surrounded by iron rings. The galaxy changed that day. The Galactic Union collapsed, its power broken, its pride shattered. Many races feared Earth. Others joined it. Some even celebrated. The Iron Pact grew stronger, with Earth as its center. Not a tyrant, not a hero, just a memory of what happens when you forget the forgotten. On Earth, the people watched in silence. No parties, no cheering. They knew what it had cost. They remembered the centuries of pain, war, and being ignored. Commander Vale returned home. He walked through the underground cities, past the children training with AI, past the scientists creating better tech. He looked up at Earth's metal ceiling and whispered, "Now, they remember us."